Hi YouTube. I'm doing a video from bed because it's where I am most of the time. I was just on another YouTube channel that I frequent. It's with Walter Hofnot III. He's an SSI lawyer. He's a really sweet guy. You should, if you have disabilities, follow him because he gives so much thorough information and answers all little questions that anyone who has been on benefits asks, and there aren't any answers out there. So, but somebody in the comment section was talking about how much they want a partner, but can't find one, and my reply was that even if you do find one, there are a lot of barriers to maintaining relationships while on benefits, and I'm just going to give my perspective. I am on SSDI. I've been on SSDI since 2013, and I was single with partners that didn't live with me off and on. And when you have benefits, there are a lot of programs out there for, getting extra help. Like you may be on like a sliding fee scale when you go to the clinic, or which doesn't help a whole lot, but better than nothing. Or you may get a little bit more food stamps than you would get otherwise, like $16 versus $0. Like that's kind of how it is if your benefits are above like $800, and things like that. Or maybe the state will cover your Medicare premium if you're single. That was the biggest help for me. And I am married, so I no longer have that. I only have my SSDI benefits. And what I found out was if you're married, you lose all of that. If you're on SSDI, you still get your SSDI check, but you don't get any other benefits because they'll look at your household income and not even your net, but your gross income. So it's before anything is taken out, which is of course a scam and ridiculous, but it's what the government does. And it's what local clinics do too. And we learn that basically the other partner that works, if they work, and my husband does work, they basically have to not only work, but make enough to cover what is taken from me. So hopefully they have a job with benefits that allows you to piggyback or get on their benefits, but it's too expensive for me. Like I get vision through his work, and I do get dental, which I think is $60 a month. But I do not get medical through his work because that would be $600. That would be like half of his check, or like a third of his check. It's not worth it. So I'm on Medicare, and he helps me cover a little bit of the premium, but I have to pay for my own therapist and Medicare, and the therapist that I go to doesn't accept Medicare. Because a lot of therapists don't accept Medicare. That's a whole nother thing. But it feels like I'm a child, because basically I could not survive without him in so many ways, which is no different from like hundreds of years ago when people had to get married to support a family, and that's still being done. Like they talk about how advanced civilization is. It's not. I am a non-binary person. I want to be independent. I want to be strong. Hell, I want to take care of him once in a while, but I'm not able to do that. He literally has to financially do all the things that Social Security doesn't do. He has the car, he pays for so many things because Social Security just doesn't do it. But you can argue, and you get a lot of abuse because a lot of people argue. They're like, oh, you have a partner, so you have a caregiver. I'm sure Leon takes care of you. And I'm like, no, he's disabled too. He just is able to work a little bit more than part-time. That's it. And I don't have anyone to help me on my really down days, when I can't dress myself, when I can't get out of bed. If I can't get out of bed, nothing gets done. I just lie in my sweat and stink. And Leon has to go to work. So I am left alone most of the day. In fact, today's Saturday. I need to go downstairs and hang out and connect with Leon. But during the week, it's very isolating. It's very scary. And plus, I'm worried about his mental health because he has his own disabilities and he gets triggered at work. There's loud noises. It's hard for him. And all I can do is drive him. Like, I'm able to drive, physically able to drive for a little bit. So I drive him to and from work because that helps me not feel like a total waste of space. And that really takes a toll. That really takes a toll on your dignity as a person by no fault of my own. I feel like I'm a burden, even though Leon loves me and he never sees me like that. Society sees me like that, and constantly getting that feedback from the outside world that I am a burden to him, to our lifestyle. And I'm also pansexual. I like women. I like transgender people. And we have opened up our marriage to try to bring in more people into our life to be a support, not only to Leon, but to myself. Because he might want to cuddle with somebody else that isn't deathly ill. And I might want to cuddle with somebody else that isn't checked out due to mental illness. And we have had to accept that and be honest. And you're going to have to be an excellent communicator, because if you're disabled, your condition changes at the drop of a hat. So in order to stay connected with your partner, there's a lot of pressure on you to communicate that, to be like, oh my God, I am deathly ill, sweetheart, I promise I'll get back to you, but I need a timeout, right? And you're going to have to be really mature. And I'm not saying that whoever's watching this is not mature. I'm sure you are, but that's just what I've had to do. And I also have borderline personality traits, so I am not always mature. Sometimes I'm very needy and clingy, and I feel like the world does not love me, and I just want to glom on to somebody for support, and that's a lot for him. Sometimes he can't do that. And in fact, most of the time, he's trying to just survive, and I need to be that support for him. So that's a lot. That's a lot for a couple, but it is extremely difficult to be alone too, because if you're alone, you don't have any support except who you choose to bring into your life and who want to see you the way you are and want to see the whole person that is not only sexy and young or whatever age you are, but also has a disability, and that is valid. That is a valid part of you. But you're not dead, right? We have needs. We are alive. And it's balancing all of that and society's vision of you and that constant feedback of you're not wanted, you don't have dignity, you're not a person, you're not a sexual being, you're not a spiritual being, you're not any of that because you're disabled. It's a constant, you have to constantly do an intake of who you really are and center yourself, and things need to change in society big time, because what decade is it? The ADA's been out since the 80s, late 70s even, and society's still, and people, it's amazing, people don't treat you like a whole person either. So it's like, yeah, it's a whole thing, but I'll make more videos on this. This is just a quick-ish summary of day-to-day life, and I would love to hear comments and opinions, and we really need to get together as disabled people because we are the only people in our corner. Love ya.